What's up, everybody? Today we're going to be installing Zen carbon fiber custom steering wheel with heat retention from the factory. We'll get more into exactly what's going on with this in a minute. Let's go disconnect the battery. You'll find your battery in the trunk. 10 millimeter on both of those. Get everything taken care of. Ratcheting if you got it. Hey, do that, and then we can move on to pulling the airbag in about a half an hour. So on the side of your steering wheel, you're going to find that. You're going to use that to disengage your airbag. Fiddle around a little bit. And that out of the way, what you're doing is you're reaching up. You're pushing pretty much, you're pulling the handle as close to the steering wheel as you can here. You get in here and you undo these clips, which are actually these. And then you use another small screwdriver to undo these two clips and then pop them out. And you'll unplug this little guy. No one would give us any real answers from Dodge. I'll show you the diagram they gave me in a minute. But I basically had to pull the airbag off and figure this out for myself. This wire here is to my heated steering wheel. It comes up, it comes over here, and it's to this guy. Now, just to double check. See, heated wheels on, heated seats on. We're going to unplug this guy. Oh look, heated wheel off. That's unplugged. So these are the colors that I was looking for right here. And as you can see, these are the colors going from there. So no one would give me a pinout of this guy right here. But that's the plug. That would be this guy right here. Fun. Here's that diagram that they gave me. Wasn't the most useful thing. So we're working on changing the airbag portion. Well, the airbag cover. As you can see, there's these grooves that are slid in and locked in, and this slides over it. So you're going to pull out on each one of these tabs here and lift away. You will need several pry things. I might need several more prying things. But once you get that off, the other one just slides right in. So I need both my hands for this. We'll be back in just a second. When I say a couple pry things, I mean 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. About 9 or 10 of them. Hold on, I need my hands again. I'll show you more in a second. And now that we've got the old one off, have this bomb sitting facing directly at me. Hey, Macarena. We're going to get this new one on. It should be as easy as just pushing it down, making sure it goes. There's a little groove. You see that groove in there? This goes in that groove. See? Just like that. It's a tight fit. It's kind of a rubbery material. Just kind of work your way around the edges. Here, give me a second, and I think it's pretty much on there. There, I got that set up so we can kind of see what's going on here. Alright, so we'll push around this edge. Looks like it's locked in on all the tabs. Oh yeah, for sure. So, bam. Now we have the airbag installed into our custom airbag cover. 'We have heat. We definitely have heat. Because it's 30 degrees out here. My toes are cold. Alright, let me tell you what's going on over here. So that must have been the ground out of the two blue wires. See, there's one black, one red, and two blue. Now, I was checking for a ground last night, and there's a panel just under here that's metal, and I was getting ground from not this far last one, but this middle right. So, second pin from the right. And that's wired as my negative. The far right pin is my positive. And then those two over there are my same colored blues. Which is awesome. And now that I've definitely got the heated steering wheel function going on, I'm gonna undo this bolt here, and then I'm gonna swap my buttons off of here and put it over here. Now, I bought a spare harness, this harness right here, because I'm actually cutting into it. Oh, hey, look, one falls out, heated wheel off. Isn't that nice? But, yeah, so let me go ahead and get this wheel off and all that good stuff, and I'm going to go ahead and show you the wire harness in a second. Alright, we're going to go ahead and get this out of the way. If you don't have an Allen head key, a T55 should work in a pinch. First, we're going to go ahead and push that little clip in and undo that one. Now, the way I understand this, there's a little... Okay, it's hard to see. Down on the side, the inside of this, there's a little white nodule that you got to push in to release. So I'm going to grab my ice pick thing real quick and release that. Alright, I went ahead and got two things. One's going to be this, the other one's going to be a bent nail. And I think the bent nail might be where it's at, but we're going to try this real quick. I'm not sure I can exactly show you this while I do this, so I'm going to pause it. Ice pick worked just fine. Nice and easy. See, you're pushing in that little guy from the outside of this clear case. It came right out. Now let's move these kind of up and out of the way a little-ish. Get out of the way, guys. There's work to do. Okay. That's a little better. If you're silly like me, you might want to get an extension. Maybe not. I don't have the Allen head that quite fits that, but a T55 goes in pretty snug, and I'm thinking that'll work just fine. Let me break this free, and we'll get this wheel off of here. Now, it's important to note that when taking the wheel off, you will have to feed these two airbag plugs back through this slot. So, don't just jerk the wheel off. When in doubt, power tools. Alright, now from the factory, my system for holding in that harness in here was literally 2 zip ties at the back. And I'm not even kidding. Look, factory made zip tie holes. So I am going to make not factory made zip tie holes. And I'm gonna get them roughly in the same place as where these are. That way I can properly hold the harness out of the way. Wish me luck. Okay, now that we got the holes made and the zip ties in, we are going to remove these buttons. Looks like we're gonna need Torx bits. I have those. We'll flip this over. Open up this button cover. Where's my small white screwdriver? Here we go. So you're going to pop these button covers off. Torx bit there, Torx bit there, just the center big one. Don't be taking apart the little stuff now. Make us look bad. So we're going to start with those two Torx bits, then we're going to flip it over and do this Torx bit here and this Torx bit here. And that should, maybe, looks like that will be about it on that one. We'll see when we get in there. It's a T25 on the front for the two bigger ones, and it's T20s on the back for these smaller ones. I already unzipped this. There's another one hidden underneath. I unzip this. There's another one hidden underneath. So we're going to go ahead and get that out of there. I know that's a little unorthodox, but that ain't magnetic, so it's the best one-handed job I got. Wonderful. Set this one up on here. Set that up. Boom. Now, all of this stuff should want to come apart. Hey, look, those just stayed where they are. I don't even want to flip this over. I'm going to need two hands. There's a little keyway there, and you got to fit your connector end back through there, and then these come right off. I'm going to go ahead and knock that out real quick. In order to get the trim things off your buttons, which I did order the carbon fiber trim to match that, so I'm gonna have to get looks like a T10, and then just zip these two screws off. I don't think this third one, no, just these two here, and then these clips off the outside, and then it should pop right out of there. Let's go ahead and get that done. So we're going to line up our new faces, nice and easy breezy, and then we'll put those two T10s back in. Let's line this one up real quick. Wonderful, wonderful. I'm going to go ahead and zip those in. I need two hands for that though. Now here comes the tricky part. One of them, you're going to want to put this in without crushing any of these wires or anything like that. So you're going to need to be very wary of all this stuff. Now these are supposed to take this route. Sorry, it's a little hard to do with one hand here. These are supposed to go through here, locked into this little keyway, and then they go up here and around the corner, and that's how you need to run both of those. And then this will need to be run flat, nice and underneath all that, coming out this way. And then you'll place this over here snugly, and you'll have to hold that there while you flip it over and put the one Torx 20 bit into this hole. So let's go ahead and get that all situated, and I'll show you what that looks like. So we ran into a slight hiccup here, and I'm gonna have to go to the hardware store and figure it out, which is kind of silly because my daily driver's steering wheel's right there. But anyways, let's see, look, we'll pop that screw out. It's clearly coming out of right here, right? Everybody agrees? Everybody agrees. All right, we pop that screw out. Now, it's a T20. Let's come over here. Oh, look. Oh, look, it's too big. Somebody tapped this for a smaller screw. As a matter of fact, I have a smaller screw right here that's part of this system. See it? And it goes perfectly into the threads. See? So I'm gonna figure that out, get some different screws so that way I can put this on. But I do have that screw done up right there, and the front button is on this side, all nice and pretty like. So it's coming along. So now that we've got the right screws and everything's held down nice and tight and in there great, we're getting ready to wire this in to our body harness. Now, as we determined before, the gray is going to be our power, the purple is going to be our negative, and then the yellow and the black go to the two blue wires, and it doesn't matter which two blue wires you go to. So I'm going to be using marine grade. It has low temp solder, has the glue to seal it to keep any moisture out. It's really a great product. I like to use them. I think we'll probably be using the red one. Looks about right. Tells you what they are. I just use my eye. Alright, so I'm not going to make you necessarily watch me do all of them. I'm just going to show you what it looks like once I cut, snip, and get it all attached to that, and then I'll show you putting it together at the end. And as I promised, let me zoom in a little. Alright, so I've already got this wire stripped. This is the last blue one. Slide it in, make sure the exposed part's in my low temp solder cup. Make sure they're both in there. Move everything away. Basically, you're going to watch the ring shrink and disappear, and that's how you know you soldered it all the way. Make sure you heat up the marine glue enough. It does depend on the temperature for it to work. Alright. And I was in and out and in and out. As you can see, there's no blackening or scorch marks here. And bam. Now all four of my wires are wired in. I don't need a clip or a silly thing. I'll just use what I got. Now we're gonna finagle this in and connect it to all these connections and get it zip tied down in there and make sure everything's comfy and out of the way of the airbag. I'm gonna show you what that looks like in a minute. All right, so we're ready to check this out now. So I've got it all tucked in and zip tied over there, all the clips done in, everything routed behind where it's supposed to be. And I already checked the airbag. I set the airbag in there and was looking around, and it's more than enough clearance. I mean, it can't get too much closer than that. And they were already there before. So everything's gonna be out of the way. This should work wonderfully. All we gotta do is get it in the car, plug it in, test the heating elements, make sure before we put the airbag on and close it up. Alright, here's the test run on this. I don't even have the bolt in, as you can see. We're just making sure everything can reach plugging in. We don't have the zip ties too tight. Might be the case. Seems like it might be the case. Let me reorganize this zip tie. Alright, it seems with two hands I finagled it in there pretty well. It's got all the room now. So that's plugged in. That's plugged in. We should be able to turn the heated steering wheel function on. Gotta love that cold start. Says the heated wheels on. Oh, it feels like the heated wheels on. Yeah, it's 40 out here. Hey, that thing's heating up quick. All right, so the heated function is restored. This is great. Now, I don't remember how many Ooga Googas is exactly 65 or 69 foot-pounds that's recommended. I'd say that's it. Let me know in the comments what you think. In case you were wondering. If they're negative, I don't care. So the next thing to do is to actually turn this bad boy off, disconnect the battery, let it sit for a while so we can hook this airbag back up. And then we're going to call it a day. Back here at the battery, I think you know what to do. 10 millimeter. Get it done. While we're waiting, look at this beautiful ham. Where are you going? You camera shy? Hi, beautiful girl. You gonna get your frog. You're so pretty. This is what I'm doing for the next 30 minutes. For you, it's just going to be a blink away, though. Alright, here we are. We're going to plug this thing in and clip it on. Now I'm going to pause it for a second when I go to plug this in. Oh, it's color coded. Yellow to yellow, teal to teal. But I don't want to be sitting right here, just in case. So, give me a second. Let's see. Alright, now that it's plugged in, the idea behind this is that you line it up all nice and pretty, first of all. And once you get it, you're going to need to like boom, 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 boom. But I'm going to push with one hand and kind of bump with the other. So I'm going to go ahead and, heck, a good push just with my hands on each side like this, and it locked right in. So, bam. Oh, look at that glitter. I think we can call this a success. I'm going to hook my battery up, check everything after that. As a matter of fact, snug. I don't think that's going anywhere. One more on that one, just for the giggles. Oh. Always replace this guy. Always. There we go. Let's close the trunk. Close this. It's the red key. Don't let it fool you. Why is that not on? Okay, it looks on. Kind of. Let's try this again. Hey, there we go. Right on. Right on. Ring's always crooked. Heated function seems to be working. Sorry it's so far zoomed in. I can't unzoom while recording a video. Heated wheels on. We'll see in a second. It's like, you want to see some diagnostic codes? Let's see some diagnostic codes. My airbag's been off. My other stuff. Oh. Nothing to report, huh? Let's see, is this still on? It is. Is it getting warm? It is. Oh yeah. Horn works. Up, down. That seems to work. Cruise control ready. Cruise off. None of those will really work right now. Cancel.
Canceled.
I think we got all these buttons working, all these functions working. And man, if that wheel isn't something else. Thanks guys at Zen Carbon Fiber. Really appreciate the fact that you're one of the few companies that even bother offering heated function in the steering wheel. You guys are awesome. Keep up the good work.